Check. You have to be the one who checks.
Hopefully not your regular one though.
I
Hopefully
sure
the one
fucking
for
hope
fucking
not.
actual
I sure
thing.
fucking hope not, especially after having checked it and rechecked it. Keep checking and check it. Let's keep checking and checking. Just check it and check it again. Get the wrench out there. Get the timer out. Put the
Can you
wrench
fucking
back in.
believe this guy?
Alright, we're live. We're fucking live, fucker.
Fucking live. Rage
Yeah, yeah.
Assassin's Creed Rageaholic. Oh shit, I didn't watch that.
No, you didn't watch it yet?
Nope.
Why didn't you watch it yet?
I only just noticed it.
Alright, go and see if the podcast is up.
And go. And here we go. Nothing. Nope.
And go.
Go. But I thought you weren't gay.
This isn't about sex, this is about trust.
Okay, let me check the channel. Okay, yeah, here it is. Execute podcast 66. Okay, yeah. It's to the right account. That's good. That's pretty good.
We are the smartest, best podcasters.
We are the best. SMRT.
I mean, SMART.
For ha ha ha. Number 3, setting the stage for confusion.
Alright, we should actually probably do a real podcast instead of just referencing.
Should we do a podcast?
Fucking
I guess.
referencing awkward wars.
Well, awkward wars can't save you. Only my new powers can do that.
Jedi
What a
powers. What a fucking
fig.
cuck. He's a cuck.
Figgy. Oh, fucking now pleb is on. Fuck.
Too late. Tell her
Bitch.
tell her she is allowed to sign in and listen. Tell her
Yeah, I'll
she's
just
allowed.
tell her, hey, I noticed you're online. You're allowed to listen to our podcast, but you can't come on.
Good news. You'll be allowed to listen to our podcast today.
Ugh, now I'm a little worn out.
You know that she's totally fucking got a girl boner, a girl faux boner.
Phobo.
Oh
Phobo.
shit, Deathclaw. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Albino Deathclaw. Holy shit, it's level 71.
Holy shit, this game sounds awesome. This
It
game
is.
is a good game.
No, it isn't. It's got minor bugs. Just totally.
It's one of the most complex games ever created, and it has some minor bugs upon release. This game sucks.
Yeah.
Because I'm very upset that it stole all the thunder from Metal Gear Solid 5, which wasn't as good as people said.
Shit, this fucker's coming. Fucking full fucking tilt.
Ugh, fuck. So, there's some things I was gonna try and read through so we knew to talk about it.
Motherfucking ass.
Fuck ass.
Fuck
If
ass. Hey,
Hey
Frolic.
Frolic ass.
Ass. Red scorpion meat.
Gamer. Oh yeah, that was one of the first things I wanted to talk about was
Gamergate.
well, Gamergate, but
Has
also
officially shit the
specifically
bed.
fucking GG Revolt, which you read and I don't.
I don't read it that often, but I check it.
I don't
like
read it
once
at
every
all,
few
ever.
days. Atlantic offices.
Because we were banned from fucking Gamergate HQ because we said that feminists are basically the cause of this shit.
Feminism is a bad thing. I dare to say that feminism is not a good thing.
And you were banned. We were permanently banned. Both of us were permanently. I didn't even post to Gamergate HQ, but we were both permanently banned from Gamergate HQ for saying that feminism is the reason why fucking the social censorship at its worst is directly caused by feminism.
Basically,
which is true, objectively,
basically,
quantifiably.
females, women, chicks, they tend to be more liberal in general. Motherfucker.
or leftists.
Yeah.
Liberal is extremely misnomer. It's a label that they tried to that fucking basically like it's like if the Nazis had called themselves freedomies because they're not in favor of freedom.
Yeah. Well,
They're not
they used to
liberty.
call themselves they basically used to call themselves social justice warriors.
Yes,
The
that's what they were
Nazis
practicing. That's
also
literally
considered themselves to be social justice
they
warriors.
were actually the first ever practitioners of social justice as an ideology. Where did that get people? I don't know. Here's the thing, though. Paul would
What
say, "Oh,
happened?
you know." But here's the thing. That's what's hypocritical about like Paul, the political board, is that they would be like, "Yeah, the Nazis, social justice, are like Nazis." It's like, "Oh, really? What do you think about the Nazis? They're good."
They were right, and the Jews are evil.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, oh, so you hate social justice
Somebody's
for being like
literally saying
Nazis,
that
but you
on
also
GG
fucking
Revolt. Now they're basically just there's a thread about this porn star a male porn star who was basically falsely accused. It's still up in the air,
oh
but
yeah,
as
yeah.
far as I'm concerned, it's a false
He's
accusation.
definitely falsely accused. There's no question about it because a woman accused him of
And
rape.
so the fucking the current narrative on GG Revolt is that he's a Jew, she's a Jew. He fucking deserves it for being Jewish. She's trying to kike him. So it's basically, just the continuation of fucking memes from Paul. Just the whole Paul narrative,
But
which
they
is
take it
that
too
Jews are
seriously.
responsible for everything wrong.
They take that shit like
They're
too seriously and they're too
completely
obsessed with
serious.
it.
They're completely serious.
It's also the same as like I actually saw this the other day, even from Milo, which was a little disappointing, is that he retweeted somebody.
Is that the Jews are evil?
No, that he was. They were saying that the fucking social justice side are dogmatic. They were saying that as that is a bad thing. Those social justice people, they're so dogmatic, which makes them bad and wrong. But they were fucking like Christian conservatives. It's like, okay, so you're a Christian and you suddenly hate dogma, so then you're not a Christian anymore. You just negated your own Christianity. It's over. It's already over. There is no arguing about that anymore.
It's
Once
all
you
over.
slam dogmatism, you have therefore completely denounced your own faith.
It's all over. But the whinging.
Yes, exactly. And that is why there is no answer in right.
Is he really a fucking
He's
Jew? Or not Jew, but is he
You
really
mean
a
a
fucking
Catholic? He says he's a Catholic, yes, and he says he's not just doing that as a troll. He is fucking Catholic, which is disappointing. But he's a conservative, so I'm not really too surprised by it.
well, at least you could say he has fucking integrity. That he can
Yeah,
fucking just
yeah,
say that, but at the
that's
same
yes.
time,
He still has more integrity, but for some reason, with all the integrity and honesty in the world, for some reason that is still the fucking pitfall that every single conservative always falls into without fail, even including Cool Mod, which we're talking shit about Cool Mod behind his back. But every
he's
single
not allowed on the
conservative,
show. He's not allowed on the show anymore.
yes,
Oops, do we just
he's
admit to that?
he's fucking on double secret probation. But the thing is that every conservative always ends up falling into an extremely obvious fucking pit of a logic trap, I guess you could call it, which was something from one of those other SAS boards. Or I think they would be pissed off to be called a SAS board, but fucking I don't give a shit. But anyways, yeah, but it's like a fucking logic trap. It's the spinning blades that they just walk into. Is like when they say, "Oh, the silly fucking social justice leftist liberals are so dogmatic." It's like, oh, really? Is being dogmatic bad? Because if being dogmatic is bad, then all religions are bad
Yeah,
by your own standard,
kind of invalidates all religion.
which is true. Actually, it is true. All dogmatic
Oh
beliefs are
shit.
bad, which means that all religions are bad.
My computer fan's fucking going nuts again. I think it'll stop after a while, but this is something that only it wasn't doing this
No
for a
more
while.
fucking computers from now on for the rest of our fucking
I
lives.
also noticed because the Steam machine, the amazing motherfucking Steam, or not the Steam machine, but just the Steam link, it actually reads off my system specs, and it even fucking says, I got a
A sweet Easter
not
egg.
ATI, but AMD. My
UAMD.
computer AMD processor, and then it's got a fucking Nvidia card. So that's probably a huge performance bottleneck right there.
Who even knows? Yeah, I don't even fucking know. To be honest, I don't know anything about fucking computer coding, interactions with the other fucking
We
hardware.
know more than some,
Yes, some.
but I'm not a fucking professional. Not enough to get a job with that
And I
shit.
also don't care. And I never,
No,
well, you can literally will never make me care, even if you shoot you shove fucking bamboo slivers under my fucking fingernails. You will never make me care about coding or math or fucking
no,
intense computer hardware shit. It's like, oh, did you hear about
no.
the
That's for people.
TS589?
That
Oh,
shit.
it's
Yeah,
very 238. And it's like, really? Fuck you,
that
faggot.
shit's for people with no creativity. Go ahead and work on your fucking numbers.
Your
Crunch
game number shit.
some numbers and spreadsheets.
And
Meanwhile,
enjoy your XKCD comics,
we'll
fag.
be yeah,
Even though
exactly.
that's
We'll
our
be the
comic
ones doing the important work of
of making XKCD.
intellectual, philosophical development.
Militarily, we were at least decades beyond them. But yes, fucking, even though we make XKCD, so as the people who make XKCD, we can say for sure that XKCD is for faggots. Also, as
Oh
fucking
fuck. Oh no,
clinical
shit.
asexuals, we
No,
can say that
motherfuck.
asexuals don't exist.
I think I just lost the game. Yep. This is fucked. It just brought up the Steam front end. When it did that, it fucking prevented me from being able to hit the tab key. And when it does that, now I can't fucking bring up the Pip-Boy at fucking all. Because the Pip-Boy is the fucking tab key.
Why is everyone fucking making their games like they're for consoles? Oh, that's right.
And fucking
I see it.
motherfucking Skyrim
I
did
see
not
it.
have this fucking problem. But
I
here's the problem. Without the fucking Pip-Boy key, I cannot fucking play the game. And
Yeah,
now it's
I don't know how they
fucking.
fucked that up.
There's no reason for this. At fucking all. Here, Alt doesn't do anything. Control doesn't do anything.
It's bringing
Tab
up the
doesn't do anything.
Steam
Shift
front
doesn't
end.
do anything.
I'm watching the stream in the Steam
The
front end.
tab key's actually opening up the fucking Steam front end for some reason.
How'd they fuck that up? How did
This is
fucking
bullshit. But
Blizzard?
this is
How
like
did Blizzard fuck that up?
this is 5 minutes into the stream, and we already have to stop the stream.
Well, that was a good show. Anyways, so we'll see you guys next time.
Not unless I bind something else to the fucking key, which, by the way, it's already using macro hotkeys so that I can rebind the keys to begin with.
I
And
don't
now
know
I
why.
have to
Yeah,
rebind them again.
which Metal Gear Solid 5 also required.
Yeah,
Just
but
to
at least
rebind
that
keys.
one's understandable because that's a fucking console port by default. This is supposed to be a multi-platform game.
Well, that's why I never buy fucking any of these games until like a year afterwards on fucking Steam Watch Control fucking sale. They go on sale. They have workshop. They got the mods, all that shit. And it's like, oh, now for $30, I will fucking buy this game with just tons of content and DLCs already released. So yeah, I never buy these
I
games on
combined it
release.
to O now, so I can fucking play the game. I can bring up the Pip-Boy by hitting a completely different key. This is fucked even for PC. Even for fucking PC, this is fucked. There. I could technically keep... Personally, I prefer to just pause the stream, restart the game, and hope that it doesn't fuck up for another fucking few hours. Because this is fucking bullshit.
Even though this game's
But
great.
this is... no, it's primarily the fault of people who don't accept PC. I really don't understand that. I really don't understand that. People are fucking
That's where it started with
shitting themselves inside out. That this game is bugs. It's the worst thing ever. It's like the one thing you fucking faggot crybabies complain about the most is that video games don't have enough like experimentation. And
There's no more experimentation than this game.
And then you get a game like this, which is everything you fucking faggots whine about not having. and then you complain that there's bugs.
And the reason why the worst part of the game is the concessions they had to make for console faggots, who are basically all the
Yes,
people on.
exactly. If they just made this for the PC, there'd be no faults with it at all. It would be the best game in the universe. But they need to stop making games for consoles. And hopefully, with motherfucking
Yeah,
Steam
Steam Link,
Machine,
Steam Controller, and Steam
they're going to
Machines.
stop doing that.
Yeah, I would not make games for the consoles except as an afterthought. I would port to the consoles, but I would make it for the PC first.
Yeah, let the fucking let the publishers deal with that shit. Let them go and hire an extra fucking crew to port it from PC. But the primary fucking purpose should be to make PC games. And I'm thinking I want to fucking just turn off the podcast for a few minutes. I fucking I don't even know if I'm hitting the fucking stim pack key or not. Okay, yeah, stim pack is going. I think I'm just irradiated beyond belief. I have mole rat disease, max HP, -10. I hope there's a cure for that.
Mole rat disease.
Yeah, again, I can't hit the fucking
I remember in the
I can't hit
first
the
game,
fucking
fucking
key to actually exit out of anything. And again, I need the tab key by default just to be able to exit out of shit because it doesn't let you rebind that at all. It doesn't let
which
you
is the fault
rebind
of
it even if
consoles.
you fucking rebind it.
Which is the fault of consoles. It's the fault of consoles and the fact that they have to port games to consoles.
The
So
worst
if
thing
you
about
play on the
consoles
fucking
is that if you want to like sprint or something, first off, there's no extra like grip buttons. So if you want to say bind, if you want a sprint or duck key bound to a reasonable key, go fuck yourself. You're sticking to thumbstick clicks, which are the worst keys
yeah,
for
every in fact
anything.
that's like the default for fucking sprinting in console games on console
Sprinting and
controllers,
ducking.
which is retarded because it's the worst thing to click. Like if you're sprinting, the last thing you want to have to fucking click to have to sprint is the fucking thumbstick. And
Yeah,
most
the
of them are like you have
movement
to hold it down.
thumbstick. It's retarded.
And none of the barely any of the sprints toggle in video games anymore. Or not anymore. They used to not, and some of them are starting to, but it's like too little, too late. When in PC games, it's just like, oh, just click the fucking thumb mouse or the
But
fucking
basically, the future of
anything.
video gaming is going to be here's a motherfucking
There's games for the Steam controller
yeah,
at
it's gonna
four
have like touch
fucking.
pads. It's gonna have fucking extra grip buttons and like special
It's
ancillary
right now
buttons.
touchpad technology for fucking video gaming is being revolutionized and experimented with by entirely by fucking Valve and the Steam controller, and it's a little kind of a rough start. It does work for a lot. I've been playing the Steam controller constantly
Again, though,
ever since its release.
this is a new fucking. It's like a new paradigm
It's completely
of
new
video
technology.
gaming.
It's completely unheard of, never before imagined technology. Like anyone who's imagined it has done it in a way that doesn't even work.
Valve's the only ones I trust to do this.
Yeah,
No one else can. No one else I would ever trust to do this. They're all
'cause it does work.
incompetent fucking retards.
This
If you
game
ended up getting
works.
Microsoft or EA doing this shit, it would just be failed from the get go.
This game does work with the fucking Steam controller too, and most of the games I've been playing
This
work with
game
the Steam
works
controller.
great with it works great with a fucking Steam controller. It's amazing.
There's a couple games that really don't. CS:GO, Far Cry 4 I got recently really doesn't work
Oddly
very
enough,
well.
Half
Yeah.
Life doesn't work.
Um, and I played some Left 4 Dead 2 with the Steam controller. It was one of the first ones, in fact, and I was able to like finish a fucking campaign with it. I was able to finish No Mercy on like just single player, which is I think normal difficulty. Um, and it was not easy to aim with it because I was so used to the mouse. Um, and because of that, that's a whole different obstacle is being used to one way and not being able to do it any other way.
Yeah, see, I can't even hit the tab key to exit I can't even hit the new rebinding of the motherfucking key to exit. I just cannot exit. Motherfuck.
Can you click the exit thing?
You have to, yes, you have to scroll all the way down and click the fucking exit thing. This was, again, not a problem in Skyrim, which is the fucking previous
I think even
fucking game in
New
the same
Vegas,
engine.
or I think New Vegas did have that problem. But yes,
Yeah,
I don't know
even
why
New Vegas
Skyrim
had the
did.
fucking problem, but that's not fucking Bethesda, that's fucking Obsidian. Okay,
So I'm
this
thinking
is
that, yeah.
seriously, this is so distracting I can't actually play the game, so I'm just gonna fucking, I'm going to pause the stream. Taken over by fucking Polcucks.
Is the
The
show on
fucking
again
the
or
whole
what?
fucking yeah, it says live now.
No. Earth Live.
But anyway, yeah. So Gamergate's been taken over by fucking Polcucks who are just
Well,
screaming
not
about
Gamergate,
Jews,
but
Jews, Jews, Jews.
GG Revolt.
Well, basically Gamergate's dead, and that's just one of the examples of why it's dead.
The original fucking like old fucking requests or goals of Gamergate were already met anyways. The thing is that because Gamergate wasn't dedicating themselves to fighting yeah, the show's live. Because Gamergate never dedicated itself to fighting the original root cause that made Gamergate required, which is social justice, leftism, feminism, basically leftism. That social justice is just leftism put into practice. Feminism is just leftism put into practice. Just as fucking, dumb religious shit and fucking
Well, that was
other
fucked
goofy ass
up
shit
because
is
I hadn't
right.
fucking rebound my shit. It wasn't letting me turn on the Pip Boy, and it was automatically defaulting to the radio for some reason.
For some reason.
But it was still opening the fucking Pip Boy because I'm hitting the tab key. Or rather, I'm hitting the key binding for the tab key. So that's fucked. I
Pretty
don't know
dumb.
how the fuck they did that. That they managed to actually backtrack on their progress from fucking Skyrim. Skyrim actually had working shit.
Yeah, it can't be that hard to just be like, okay, whatever you bind to the use key will also be the take all key, and whatever you bind to the Pip-Boy key will close fucking take menus and that kind of shit. Instead, it's like, no, they don't, none of them work together, and you can't bind some of them. But on the console controls, all of it's contextual, so it's none of that problem. So they put way too much work into the console versions, which is why any problems with the fucking with Fallout 4 is directly the fault of the existence of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox
Which
One.
is a just piece of shit. They're fucking shitty consoles too.
Yeah, they're
Make
complete
no
garbage consoles.
mistake.
They don't have any good features to. There's not a single good feature of the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4 that the PC doesn't do 200 times better. The PC does literally every single thing that the fucking Xbone and PS4 doesn't
Don't
do and
what
can't do.
what the Nintendo
Don't.
don't.
And then, yeah, the Nintendo, I don't even consider it an existing console anymore. The Wii U is like a console that just doesn't exist.
It's like a joke. It's a joke console.
It's like if they took the Rumble Pack from the N64 controller and said, okay, this is your new controller. Just shake it around in the air. That's your controller now. It doesn't work. Well, we designed every game around it. So fucking, if it doesn't work, then I guess you're going to have to go play something else, which is what humanity did.
Enjoy your fucking casual shit.
Yes.
Games for like grandma.
Yeah, games are like, okay, here's the entire Wii and Wii U's fucking console generation games library. Okay, now move your hand to the right. Now move your hand to the left. You win.
You win. Here's 3 fucking trillion achievements and trophies. And
They
the
are
games
gay.
don't have to
They're
be all
gay.
conquers bad for a day.
Edgy. It's pretty edgy.
They don't have to be any of that shit. They didn't have to do any of that. They don't have to make those games. I would still love
I
to
have to make
fucking
any
play
games.
Zelda Skyrim. That game looks like it would be awesome.
Yeah, the game looks cool. I might actually buy a Wii U for that. But as it
Well,
is, there's nothing
not for a
else.
while, not for
Yeah.
a long time. Especially if the Steam Portable comes out
Yeah,
anytime
yeah,
soon.
you know it would be better to be able to play that fucking Zelda Skyrim game on the PC.
Yeah, with
Or it'll be
mouse
easier,
aim,
yeah.
mouse aim,
Or just plug
fucking
a fucking controller. Just a dual stick controller or Steam controller, either one. I'm okay with still
anything
using that.
but a standard console, inferior, obsolete standard console controller.
But the thing is that fucking the Wii U can't even manage to swing that because they're like, no, that's not good enough for us. Here's a giant fucking a giant tablet with a stick on it, and you got to hold it like a
And no
fucking
wire. It's
placemat.
got a fucking 3 hour battery.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is this stupid ass bullshit? It's just dumb. The consoles are just been fucking up for the past 5 years. With the Xbox 360, they at least had a few original
The
ideas.
360 really was the best, and it's funny because
The
Japan
360 introduced
refuses to buy
fucking
the
they
360.
introduced features that Steam were just getting around to adding, but like Steam's version was a little was it was very buggy at the time, like the friends list and all that shit, and being able to connect to other people's games. Fucking Xbox 360 pretty much had all of that right out of the fucking box. It's like, here's your friends, here's what games they're playing, here's you click this button to go fucking play with them immediately, that kind of shit. Um, but the 360 still fucked up a lot of shit. Not just the hardware, of course, but the fact that you had
Yeah,
to
that would have
play
been
for
a
their online
killer.
features. That was what fucking destroyed the Xbox. Ultimately, was having to pay money to play online.
That would have been a motherfucking a deal breaker for any other console, but the
Hmm.
360 still managed to muscle through just by having the best fucking features, the
It had the
best
best
games,
games
had
without
the best games, and had the best platform for games.
it had some, and it didn't have things holding developers back like the fucking PlayStation 3 did. The PlayStation 3 was like, okay, you're going to design for our very specific hardware or else. And so people were like, nah, I'll just fucking sell
Yeah,
on the
you're
360.
paying for potential. Well, we've seen what happened to that fucking potential. They never had any game that looked any better than 360 games. So you're basically paying an extra 200 to $300 for no good reason.
Yeah, you weren't getting like better looking games or better performing games or better playing games. You were getting the exact same games. And there was here's the thing, I actually used the fucking 360 or the PS3 the most for the Blu-ray player. But I could just buy a Blu-ray
Well,
player.
I think we still basically well, we definitely played more video games. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh, that
And the
fucker's
Blu-ray
dead.
player, the movies on Blu-ray do look superior to just DVDs. Most people at the time, or not most people, but some people at the time were like, ugh, didn't look because they didn't want to give any points to the PS3 because the PS3 was just a shitty system, overpriced, no good games that were, that you couldn't get better or easier on the fucking 360. But the fact is that
Yeah, anything that was
Blu-ray still looked better.
cross-platform, anything that was cross-platform, we didn't bother with the
Hmm.
fucking PlayStation
But
3.
now it's about to be about like fucking 2K and 4K fucking resolution. So 180 is fucking gonna probably go out the window. Although I think Blu-ray would still be able to hold 2K movies, which will look even better than fucking Blu-ray. The 180 Blu-ray, which, hopefully they'll still be able to manage that shit. I
Look,
don't know.
they killed these turrets. Swanson.
Turrets.
This game is a lot harder than the other fucking Fallout games. Of course, now I'm at the point I've been
Even
playing it for
Fallout
quite a
1 and 2,
yeah. Well, definitely
because Fallout 1 and
Fallout
2
One and Two.
pretty easy.
This is a better game. I'm getting some fucking frame loss though.
Yeah, you know what
For the first
Fallout 1
time, for the first time in a long time.
Fallout 1 didn't have fucking first person shooting blowing people like the camera zooming in as people's arms and legs rip off as you shoot them in the
But
fucking
that's the thing,
eyeballs
though,
and
is
shit.
people, the kind of people who say that, the kind of people who are like, video games aren't as inventive and creative as they used to be. Then a game like this comes out and they fucking shit a brick. And it's like, this isn't freaking even though this is just as buggy, just as unstable as Fallout 1 and 2.
Yeah, Fallout 1 and 2 had tons of bugs and problems and shit.
Hmm. I remember I beat fucking Fallout 2. I beat Fallout 2. I got like all my companions back to town. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to stop playing this game. I'm enjoying this too much. I'm going to take this my my fucking party. I'm going to load them into my fucking car and we're going to go fucking adventure. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
That's gonna be great.
So I fucking go park outside of New Reno, save my game. I go to sleep. I wake up the next day. I fucking go out to my car. It's motherfucking gone. The 50,000 caps worth of merchandise that was in the car, that's gone. And it's like, you know what? Then I'm done. I quit the game because of that.
And the game, it wasn't because anyone stole the car or something happened to the car. It was because the game bugs fucking erased the car from
It
existence.
was apparently a common bug. But I mean, it's just
Yes.
like, it's just fucked.
And this was after the game had been out for quite a while, so it wasn't even. So it was like, oh, this is just something we're not going to fix.
Hmm. I still don't think it's fixed to this day. Not officially anyway. There's like a fan patch, I'm sure. I don't know if they even address it, but all I know is that I'm done with those old games. They're not as fun. They just simply aren't as fun. It doesn't matter
Yes,
what anyone
first-person
says.
shooters are always more fun, and they are more edgy, which
Here
is for
goes the
sure.
fan
But
again. Fan's going again. This doesn't happen with any other game except for GTA 5.
that's the fault of fucking
Well, I mean,
consoles,
it's also the fault of, yeah. Well, it's fault
of
of
Blizzard
consoles,
and Blizzard.
but it's also the fault of whoever the jackasses who put my computer together.
Yeah, fucking no more, fucking never get an HP computer ever, period, of any kind. No
Yeah,
laptops, no
no.
fucking
I'm
desktops,
sure
no
another part of the
monitors.
bottleneck is that it's just wasting clock cycles on some worthless HP program. It's like fucking disk cleanup specialist, fucking provisioner, and it's like fuck you.
No, even worse, fucking Beats fucking by Dre audio control settings. It's like, oh, do I really need that? No, all I need is volume
No,
control.
no, I'll never use that, and I never have, and I never will.
It doesn't have any fucking. It's not actually a feature. It's just an attempt to control your fucking computer and assign some fucking marketing.
Yeah, fucking yeah, overpricing your motherfucking computer by making you
Which
pay
is what
extra.
Beats, yeah, which is what the Beats headphones are. They're just overpriced headphones that don't have any extra features that regular headphones do, except for like a built-in forced EQ that forces the bass to be a little higher than the fucking treble. And people are like, oh, it
I
has
think
such a
that's what
rich sound.
Opie and Anthony were talking about that.
Yeah, it's just really a fraud. But it got him $1 billion. I mean, I don't fucking blame Dre. If people fucking, I mean, if
Yeah,
people are controlled that easily for that shit.
he's a pretty savvy businessman.
Yep. He used to make some good music long time ago. Here, by the way, top of GG Revolt, the top thread is, you know, basically them turning on Hot Wheels, the guy who fucking owns, or I don't know if he owns 8chan anymore, but the fucking head of 8chan is Frederick Brennan Hot Wheels, who actually is comes right out and says, "I'm in favor of free speech," and he fucking puts his mouth where the fucking money is and that kind of shit. But gamer GG Revolt has pretty much turned against him. I don't really know why.
Probably something stupid.
Yeah, it's something. It is something stupid. I know that, but I don't know what the specifics or where the source of all this originally came from, going all the way back to whatever the fuck ever it is. They fucking yeah, they hate him now, but also yeah, just like the problem with fucking GG Revolt was them, have they were like, oh, the Jews this, and they keep missing the target.
Well, for a
Just
while, it was just GG Revolt was simply okay. Here's the place for people who actually want to fucking have an honest discussion about fucking Gamergate issues and don't want to have to deal with you've been banned because you're harming our PR image.
Yeah, you fucking insulted feminism. You said feminism's bad. We have to ban you permanently from Gamergate HQ.
The feminism, which is the new Nazism. Literally just Nazis. I don't fucking give a shit anymore about the fucking, Godwin's law doesn't apply to me. I'm above it. I'm above your piddling, your timid, cowardly morality, and so I am beyond caring.
That's the thing, is that if you're really going to see reality for what it is, you have to evolve beyond the left and the right into the fourth dimension where you see everything as it truly is as you float above the rest of humanity on a cloud of superiority and genius, which is what we're doing. This is pretty much what we're doing. Oh, delicious.
Yeah, we're so fucking busy redefining all of human experience that we have no time for things like eating or drinking.
The stuff,
We just don't have the fucking time.
the stuff we did that we were talking about and fucking revealing to the world last year is what everyone else is talking about and saying that they believe in now. Like that
Well, a
post.
few of them. Not everyone, because we're still so far ahead of the pack. Still
Yeah,
so
like
far ahead of the
I
curve.
remember, yeah, us on when fucking shitty webcomics still existed, we would be like, okay, here's how the world exists. Here's reality, objective reality. I'm holding up a little sign here of what objective reality is. Here's the truth. The objective, undeniable, existing truth. And then people will look at it and be like, oh, I can't believe this. This is fucking doesn't go with my preconceived notions. You're insulting Islam. I didn't know you guys were racists.
Yeah, just
So
spitting out the same buzzwords that they've heard a
humanity
million
is
times
not ready
before.
for objective truth. Probably never will be, and R is completely inferior to us.
Yeah, I just really want to. I want to cut myself off more from humanity.
Because we don't deserve us.
No, it's not my responsibility to save the human race from itself, especially after what we've been through, which is what we've been through way worse than what anyone else has been through in their lives.
Even starving Africans.
Yes, starving Africans. Well, they had they were they didn't realize that living in Africa was a stupid idea, so they kind of had it coming. It's kind of like the Indians living in yo-yo teepees. How would you like to have to ride a horse to work?
The stupid motherfuckers, they deserved it. Hey.
That's one of my favorite lines ever. Was the fucking is
They're still
fucking
living in yo-yo teepees.
they deserved it.
So why don't you start teaching them that? But yeah,
That's the thing is, especially with fucking once again another Thanksgiving. There's not a single Thanksgiving that can go by without somebody trying to claim, erroneously, by the way, that Thanksgiving was supposed to be about the genocide of the aliens, genocide of the fucking aliens by the fucking Americans.
the outer space aliens even.
Ugh. Oh fuck. But not a single fucking holiday can go by without it being something that is the fault of white people everywhere, and then other guilty whites, especially women, especially white women. You know who we're talking about because you're listening to this podcast.
But
Have to fucking go and throw in their white guilt.
but also basically they attack the people who have achieved. White men.
But I
White
mean,
men
yeah,
are the
most
targets.
especially, think about it. These people had to ride across the fucking ocean for 3 months. If a hurricane or a fucking tidal wave shows up, you're guaranteed to die. These people had to go through that. Meanwhile, what does Kate Leth actually had to fucking suffer in her life? Oh, somebody criticized her for doing a shitty job with her art. Oh, this is clearly worse than rape. This is literally rape.
She had to suck dicks for a job,
We are raping her.
which is the fucking the which is feminism the negative effects of feminism backfiring on women. Because without being able to suck dick for a job, you wouldn't be a woman. In order to be a fucking woman, you
Yeah,
have that
because let's
privilege
face
to
it.
ascend beyond a man by simply sucking dick. You don't have to do it. You could work. But Kate Leth was like, "No, nah, I'm not going to work. I'm just going to suck this guy's dick. He's going to give me a free job that I don't deserve, and then I'll have this job." But then they're like, "Oh, I had to suck dick for a living." It's like, no, you didn't. You wanted to. That's why they deserve rape. You deserve rape. Feminists deserve to be raped.
Feminists deserve worse than to be raped. To rape them is actually to do them a favor because they seriously want that. All fucking the majority of women now, but especially 100% of 150% of feminists want to be raped. First off, so they can cry about it, and secondly, so that they can because they have sexual fantasies about it.
They want it so bad that and they that
They're
half
literally
of them
pissing
half of them
themselves.
want actually want it 200%, but it's only half of them, so it evens out to 150%. They want to be raped twice
They
at the
want to be
same
raped
time that
so
they're being
bad.
raped.
They're literally pissing themselves, and they're
Feminists
actually creating a hashtag campaign to brag about pissing themselves,
for rape. They want rape so bad they're squirting, but it's actually just
which
piss.
is again also another example of how fucking cowardice is a female trait and bravery is a male trait. Because you don't hear about guys pissing themselves because they
It's
were
also about
raped,
the
pissing themselves
intense
because somebody had sex with
societal
them.
brainwashing delusion completely endemic in all feminism. Feminism doesn't have a single grain of truth to it. Every single aspect of feminism is based on a lie. There's not a single aspect of feminism that's based on truth.
A lot of that's, of course, because of liberalism. Kind of hard to tell where liberalism ends and feminism begins, but yeah, a lot of it's basically like fucking just straight up lies. They're just it's their narratives, fucking talking points, all based on these fucking just a effect to slander anyone who isn't part of their group, who doesn't follow in lockstep with their group think. Because they can't win an argument with logic or reason, so they have to like other people single out anyone who's not on their side.
And then they whine about being othered.
Yeah, it's more projection. It's SE Mod's law in effect. Which is a law I invented.
And other people try to fucking give credit to someone else.
So somebody else who doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Um, but yeah, that so fucking GG Revolt has fucking jumped the shark.
Shit the bed.
They've shit the money bed. And also, but before that, Gamergate HQ had done the same by basically denying reality. They were the same types of people who are like, "Oh, you can't criticize Islam because terrorists are Islam
The certain
because that's racist."
same faggot, different era.
Hmm.
That's another thing I loved is that we fucking all we did was reblog that it was like an image macro from K that was just the you can't beat the government, so why have guns? And it's like and then it just said same faggot, different era, and then we got somebody replying to us being like, I'm gay. If I ever see somebody say that, I'll beat you up in real life. And it's like, sure you will, faggot.
You'd break your wrist trying to beat us up, and then I would shoot you,
You'd snap
and
your
I would,
dainty little limp wrist.
and then I would drag you behind my pickup truck, and then I would crucify you on your parents' front lawn. If
Crucify
you tried
you.
to beat me up for my fucking open, honest, truthful, objectively correct
My
opinion.
disdain for fucking tyrants who want to take guns, take away my right to self-determination and self-protection. Because you want government to have all of the authority. Unless it's a Republican in office. And then all of a sudden, you're so anti-government.
Bake the cake, bigot. But yeah, that's the thing. Is like they're not really anti-government. They're more government power, but only when they are in power.
Yeah, when they're anti-government, basically they want to take the government away from who's currently in charge
They're
and give
brave
it to
rebels.
themselves.
They're only brave rebels until Obama gets elected. Suddenly they're fucking guardians of the fucking empire.
They're cucks. And that's
No
the thing,
talk like an
again,
epic
is no one else but us had the willingness or the bravery to state these things. They're always like, well, I don't like this, but Bush is way worse. We're the only ones to point out, no, actually. Shut it, love, actually. Is there nothing in this fucking church? What the fuck? Should be a comic book in here, at least. How
Give
do I
me
get
that
out
much
of
at
it?
least.
How the fuck do I get out? Guess I can climb this fucked up tree. My power armor. My awesome ass fucking Enclave power armor. But anyway.
Hmm.
Ooh, fuck. I'm tired. But yeah, so we're gonna mention how awesome. We're gonna mention that Gamergate is shit the bed. Basically, Gamergate was never on the right track. Gamergate would bottleneck themselves just like my fucking system specs are bottlenecked with this dumb fucking games journalism, ethics and games journalism
Cucks.
bullshit.
Ethics cuck. There's no cuck like an ethics cuck.
And they could fight for that, but that's not important. It's just not important. And that's the thing now is like fucking whatever his name is, Stephen Colbert is fucking making fun of Gamergate specifically by attacking that tactic of being all about games journalism instead of being about how this is a war on men and boys. It's a war, but it's being directed. It's being fought entirely by feminists, women, cucks, white knights, tradcons, and liberals, and they're all fighting against male children. It's a war on male children because they can't fight men. They know that if they try and fight men, like straight on, head on, they fucking lose
That's the
because these
most fucked
people are
up thing.
cowards.
That's the most
These
fucked
people
up
are
thing
the
about
biggest
society
cowards.
today is that men have the least privilege, and then they're attacked constantly for
Men
having
have never
privilege.
had the most privilege, but men actually fucking will work towards fucking digging themselves out of the pit as opposed to women who will whine and scream for somebody to come and rescue them, which is still true to this day.
Yeah, especially feminists who claim that they're strong, but they claim they're strong by fucking being like, okay, now everyone else dig me out of this pit. Meanwhile, men do it themselves, which is why men achieve and men make more money.
It's why men make the most money and then women scream and cry that they're not getting as much money as men and that it's clearly an example of sexism and the entire world except for me falls for the bullshit. I knew it was bullshit the moment I heard it and I heard it a very very long time ago. I mean, I'm talking about back in the 80s. I knew this shit was a lie. And people still haven't learned what I already knew. So it just goes to show how fucking stupid society is,
They
and
haven't learned that
how
now.
there is no saving it. It's time to just let it die. When a forest grows too wild, a purging fire is inevitable and natural.
And
I
it's pretty
believe
necessary.
a great hero once said that.
Pretty good guy. Pretty good person said that. The also the fact that um
So Gamergate is officially dead. I'm calling it right now. Gamergate's officially dead, and it's not because the fucking games journalists, seju faggots and retards said they were dead. It's because they killed themselves,
it's
and it
because they
took a
killed themselves
while.
by trying to play by the rules of the social
Yeah,
justice
exactly.
feminists and all
The
that shit.
fucking PR. They're trying to fucking win a PR war by playing nice. And what they didn't
Against
realize
people who
is
control the
it's
PR,
the biggest mistake they could have made.
which is actually it's bigger than it being run by Jews. The fucking the media and the fucking entertainment industry, it's actually far big. Like if you say, "Oh yeah, they're all run by Jews," that's the problem. You're thinking too small. You're not seeing the big picture, and you're not aware of the
Shit.
truth of the matter. It's far bigger than simply
By the way,
Jews.
the other two big things are that
Jews.
Fallout 4 is the best game, not only game of the year, I would say game of the decade, and that oh shit, Fallout 4 is game of the decade, and Steam Machine is console or gaming
Console.
platform
Steam.
of the lifetime.
Yeah, Steam. Not Steam Machine, but just Steam.
Just
Just Steam.
Steam.
Period. And they're still working out a lot of bugs. There's a few fucking recent bugs.
Yeah, no, they're still gonna have to fix things because guess what? That's what happens when you revolutionize an entire industry yourself. And
Yeah,
we've already seen the fucking before the Steam controller was even released, motherfucking Microsoft's making their own Steam controller.
yeah. They're trying to make their own rip off of Steam controller, except it's
Yeah,
still
it's gonna
just going to be
suck.
another
It's gonna
controller.
suck. It's gonna be a fucking. It's gonna be a fucking a pale imitation of the real thing.
The only problem is with the Steam controller, the Steam controller, Steam Machine, Steam Link, and fucking Big Picture is that they are still working on it. They're still working on it. They're still fixing. There's a lot of bugs that come up when every single game on your fucking platform is actually made for different platforms. Like some of them are made like little windowed games for Macromedia, Flash, or whatever the fuck. Some of them are just fucking, Unreal
But
4
those
engine.
can still use like the fucking X input. I don't understand why fucking X input's not being used for those.
I think it is. It's just that sometimes I think there's just bugs with the infinite complexities of this one controller working for every one of these fucking things. They are basically inventing and creating a new form of gaming from the ground up, and it has to be fucking worked on in a very long and arduous process.
Yeah,
Because like the
it
fucking
might take a while. They might not ever get every single
it's
game
like
working.
it's like the Nintendo Entertainment System coming out and being like, why isn't this 64-bit? Because like, well, it's the 80s. You're not going to see
Hmm.
that for quite a while.
But also because Steam has to do it all by themselves.
Yeah,
They
this is
need
different, entirely
developers
different.
to actually fucking assist them in this, but a lot of developers still aren't on the bandwagon, especially AAA developers who think they can do better. They're wrong. But it's about time that everyone get on board.
It's about space.
It's long since beyond time. Everyone realized it's time to give up on your dumbass Origin platform and your YoPlay platform. It's time to get on board with the motherfucking Steam machine already. Because the other platforms, they don't do anything.
And everyone
Most
else is trying to
especially
make their own
these
Steam
stupid
now.
ass X-Bone.
Steam is pretty much ruling the entire fucking video games industry right now. People are trying to be like, oh, this console is doing this, and this console is doing that. But fucking Steam is huge right now. It's fucking pretty
Yeah, I
much
mean, well, look at the modern
it's
consoles. Not a
overtaking
single
everything.
one of them is fucking worth jack shit. The big two are the fucking these are their worst fucking releases in a long ass
And
time.
it's only because of name recognition. It's the only reason why the
Even the
Xbox is
fucking
still
original
PS4.
Xbox was better than the Xbox One
Yeah.
because at least I could play KOTOR.
And it's the most confusingly named system, the Xbox One, when it's the third one of them. Even the 360 made more sense because like, oh, it's a like not a box anymore. Now it's like a circle or it's a sphere. And it's like, okay, it's
Or
just, a different
Heikel.
a circle, also known as a keikel, as has been known to be called. But yeah, the consoles pretty much I think the consoles are dead, which means that, in a few years everyone else will wake up
Mhm.
to this obvious truth
Although I
as
think it'll be
well,
more
just like
likely
everything else we've ever said.
before that what they're gonna before they wake up and realize what the fuck they're doing with their lives. Both of the consoles are going to make an attempt to rip off Steam controller and
Yeah,
Steam.
exactly. And they're gonna fail. They will fail because they are weak.
You fail.
Um, there's a fucking some other shit that happened recently. I think there was something else I wanted to say about fucking
It
Gamergate.
was
Just
Opie and Anthony,
but
Gamergate,
yeah,
Steam controller, Steam,
the ultimate
Fallout 4.
weakness and the fucking ultimate downfall, like fucking Hitler, the downfall came when they tried to fucking cater to feminism. It just doesn't work.
That
It
never
didn't work
works because you can never cater to feminism.
because you're
They'll
trying to
always be fucking
appease
pissed off.
you're
They'll
trying
always be
to
angry.
fight the Nazis by appeasing the Nazis. Basically, Gamergate became the
Feeding the crocodile in the hope
yes.
that it will eat you last.
They became
And
the
then getting angry at us and banning us because we refuse to eat
because we
to
spoke truthfully and honestly of our opinions and the truth. It's like, oh shit, this fucking, this is going to make us look, this is going to make feminists dislike us. It's like, oh, no, feminists are already saying that you're literally worse than Hitler and you're the worst terrorist. You're actual real life
yeah, that's
rapist
the
and all this
ground
shit.
state and the entirety of the mainstream media and society at large
Yeah,
now
they
believes
control the
that.
media. They control the media,
They now
so they just
it's
make
not
everyone else
it's no
believe it.
longer the media though. It's not the media anymore. It's now society. It's just the rest of society now believes that you are the monster.
Well, because
You are the pure evil.
whatever the media says, the society has to believe. Because where else are they going to get their information from? The media? That is fucking where that is information, pretty much. There is no alternative. There's no option except for like blogs and that kind of shit, or free thinkers like say, oh, I don't know, us, who have been
Who
deleted from
yeah,
Tumblr for making
yeah.
fun of people.
People even on our own board, they don't support us. They're afraid to support us. Most of our archives are just wiped clean because
Yeah, only now though,
everyone
like
was afraid to support
a
us.
year later, now people are like, "Oh, what about these great posts?" I guess they're gone now. Too bad. I guess people should have reblogged our posts without fear of
Yeah, the
having a
same
bunch of
people who
Jews whining at
refuse to
them.
reblog our posts, the same people are now like, "Oh, how come you guys didn't do a better job of backing up your shit?" And it's like that was your job.
Yeah, it's not my job to back up my shit. My job was to post it. The end.
We're the fucking creators of content, you know? And again, it's not my responsibility to save you from your own bad choices. That's your job. You fuck that up, you get what's coming to you. Holy shit, what the fuck is this thing?
It's like Poetic Justice, that great movie about a feminist who gets raped to death. It's called Poetic Justice
She gets
because
raped.
that's what it is.
She gets raped so hard she kills herself. She commits suicide.
It's a movie called Poetic Justice.
Hopefully she kills
Hopeful.
herself. Hopefully she kills herself. As long as she dies, I don't really care.
Her entire body just splits in half. Her body will turn into wax. She
It's
cracks in
just
half from the giant fucking 4 foot cock.
ha 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 ha.
The
She's
fucking
dead.
uh,
She's dead.
We should pod. I was mentioning to Forge. Well, here's the oops, I joined a cult, which is what people are saying now when we were fucking talking about this like 1 or 2 or 3 years ago already. Now everyone else is catching on. Way to swim in our wake, rest of humanity. But yeah, we were like, we should podcast about some of this shit, especially because we should have delightful conversations about how SJW should be killed in real life. To be killed in real life.
Yeah, we openly advocate that feminists, SJWs, and tyrants in general, we should. I personally believe tyrants should be treated the way they used to be treated at the founding of this wonderful country. They should all be killed.
They should be shot.
But
That's
for
what
some reason now to say that
when people
is now
well,
inciting to violence is
but the fact
that's
that
not.
yeah,
What are you insane?
the reality of the situation is if somebody tries to remove your fucking natural born rights that are completely harmless, it's like I'm going to speak my opinion and somebody wants to remove your rights, you should remove their breathing abilities.
You should remove their life. And
Yes.
it's just the way the
You should,
founding.
yes.
I
I
am
think you should have the right to
completely
defend your
on
rights
board with the founding fathers as
lethally.
far as this shit is considered.
Yes, just fucking the
If
founding
you
fathers had a lot of
don't
good ideas.
if you don't fucking subscribe to the founding fathers' beliefs, get the fuck out of the country. You don't deserve to live in the same country as me.
Or even better, get off my plane of existence. If you try to fucking remove my natural fucking born rights, I think I should or fucking anyone should have the right to remove you off the
In
fucking
fact, there
planet.
should be one day a year where it's legal to kill
Yes.
those people, and we'll call it like Murder Night or something like that. Okay,
Purged.
here we go.
Well, Morty, you just purged.
Here we go. Gain plus 5 radiant
Because you know what
stagger at
that would
default.
probably wouldn't be a bad idea because all the people who want to remove people's freedoms are such cowards that they would never fight to actually defend their ideologies. They would just fucking kneel down and whine or get someone else to try and do the fighting for them. Maybe they would control black people, like which is what liberals do today.
So what liberals, women, feminists. I was
Is
at
they
the
try and brainwash
DMV
the black
and
people to fucking
they were just basically talking about that shit.
and that's again, this is something you could never say on GamerGate HQ without being permabanned for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. Um, so Forge also says we sure do need to level up and silence them. Level up with rapes.
Leveling up is the best thing.
And he mentioned what needs to happen is someone needs to tell game developers to just ignore these fucking people and make whatever games they want. Here's the thing: is that they are most of those fucking
Yeah,
developers who kneel down to the fucking demands to the fucking enslavement and social justice. Most of those are just fellow leftists. They're fellow liberals, and they're like, we're gonna make a game that's gonna try and brainwash kids into believing in our leftist values. So they're completely on board. So when a fucking game developer like removes panty shots from their game, they're just doing what they think what their politics tells them to do. That's why they're doing it in the first fucking place. That's the thing. Most fucking anime fans, they're not fucking. They don't believe in any freedoms. They would be like, oh yeah, they should remove fucking panty shots. Most of them are too stupid to know that the panty shots are just like fucking base, stupid fucking pandering to fucking titillation, but that's fine. The thing is that they have no fucking they have no ideology and they will not stand up for any of their beliefs. They will fucking kneel, they will fall down, they will collapse. They will not join us in the Tisun or
the
whatever.
father to
Father, that great Queen song about Tank, Father to Son. So I couldn't think. So
I had to stop listening to that song. I took it off my playlist
because
because couldn't help but constantly think of that faggot,
the Swedish faggot.
that disgusting faggot.
New York, London, Sweden, Munich. Everybody cuck about weeb music.
It's the worst. The worst
Worst,
kind.
worst kind of music. Yeah, he does have the worst taste in music. He makes sure to surround himself with people who fucking tell him, "Oh, your taste in music is the best. You love that gay anime song with the warbling
The
cunt and the fucking
screaming,
atonal screeching
atonal
and
screeching.
the soft jazz elevator music. Wow, you like that song too? I like that gay song too. That's really boring and uncreative and just a derivative of fucking adult contemporary Phil Collins shit from the 1980s.
It's like
Remember that
Phil.
guy who left?
It's like Phil Collins without the personality.
Remember that
Whoa.
guy who ran the fucking talented people out of Genesis? Yeah, here's some music that's based on his gay shit. It's called Japanese music. It's really boring and dumb.
I can't believe Tank has
Nerds. Oh
AIDS.
wait, I can believe it.
I can. I can.
But yeah, that's the thing is that most developers, they're either afraid of the people who run the industry and the media and most of society, because that's the lie that's perpetrated throughout all
It
society.
also goes to show how much power feminists have, even though they claim that
They have no power.
society hates feminism
They
and
have no privilege, and men
yeah.
have all the privilege. That's the thing is that the people with the most privilege right now are writing that have written the narrative that they have no privilege. Women, basically, women are saying that they have no privilege when they have the most more than because people are saying. Some people try to say, the only privilege that exists is class. If you got lots of money, you got the privilege. But the fact is, even a poor woman has more privilege than a rich man.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
that's
people
not
aren't
true.
willing to say that.
It's not true that fucking class is the only form of privilege. It's not true. Being born female grants you the gift of more privilege. Unless, of course, you are a woman who fucking comes out against feminism, then they fucking strip that privilege right out of you because it's controlled by society and their social constructs, which is what feminism is.
There's a
It's
lot of
based on
people who
social
are
constructs.
terrified of the concept of even criticizing a woman.
Yes, if a woman
Especially, there's a
speaks,
lot of men who are responsible for basically surrender, just betraying. They're literal gender traitors.
they've
They have
betrayed the shadows.
betrayed,
The shadows didn't betray them; they betrayed the shadows
and that's why they have to be
of the
destroyed.
dark net. The
The
dark net.
dank net.
Let the games begin. I was wondering what would break first, your mind or your body? And then he punches a woman in the fucking mouth. That's great.
Haha.
Bitch. Take that, you twat, you dizzy twist.
Take that, you freaky piece of shit.
You don't mow another man's lawn. Yeah!
Anyway,
Anyway, go
so
to.
the only other thing to cover was the Opie and Anthony thing.
Oh, yeah,
I really kind of don't want to even bother with
Well,
this.
well, just fucking go into it real quick. Yesterday, Jimmy and Opie. I don't know if we even talked about the show that much on the blog when our blog existed. I think we linked to some videos, mostly, fucking Patrice schooling abroad on fucking free speech and feminism, that kind of dumbass shit.
Which you'd think that no one would have to be schooled on anything like that,
Yes,
but
you
I
think it
guess
would be evident? You think it would be self-evident to any thinking human being? Oh wait, it is.
you
Just
would
that
think
most
that it
human
would
beings
be a
don't think.
truth that would be self-evident.
Yeah, how come aren't some truths self-evident? They certainly should be. How come they aren't? Oh, because
I
of
guess it's
women
only
walking
self-evident
in.
if you fucking have to work for a
That,
living.
that self-evident light, I guess, was snuffed out by some sort of void. Might have been snuffed out by some sort of void.
The female void.
Try and get Pleb in
They are
here so we
literally a
can
void.
fucking
Well, if
slam her
you
gender right to her face.
well, if you fucking do that,
So
I'll
we
have
just
to fucking quit out of the game.
couldn't you just pause for like a minute while we fucking get her in, and then you unpause when she's in?
Yeah, I could do that, but I mean, it's gonna alt tab me out, and I have no idea what the fuck's that is going to do. Just ask her. Just
Yeah,
fucking
I'll
ask
ask
her
her. I'm
first.
asking her right now. Um, but yeah, so on yesterday's show, Opie and Jimmy had a huge fight because it's just the Opie and Jimmy show, and Opie was being a passive aggressive little bitch, and Jimmy
As
finally
usual.
called him out on it. And also Anthony, who has his own show that's probably more successful and makes more money from, fucking acknowledged it. And I have the video, in fact, of really like the Opie and Jimmy fight is like an hour and a half long, and then you can just listen to the Anthony Cumia show where Anthony just talks about it. And I listened to the fucking whole fight, and I listened to half of the Ant show so far, and it's just fascinating as a character study, to know, what is wrong with society, culture, human beings, the human psychopaths, sociopaths, fucking all this shit.
And
We know
also,
what's wrong with.
apparently, they mentioned it in the fucking video, or the video that we were listening to anyway, that, fucking Dopey's mom was apparently fucking kind of a bitch.
Yeah,
Kind of a fucking psycho.
she was a psychopath, and Opie would talk about that briefly sometimes. But here's like also that Ant was saying that Opie was engaging in bitch behavior, basically acting like a girl. Where he was saying to Jimmy yesterday, you didn't support me when I really needed you, and
You're not my best friend.
yes, exactly. Opie was actually saying to his co-host on the show that they fucking run together, we're not really that much friends, so I'm not going to talk to you about this thing that fucking concerns us. Because Opie said, "Oh, I'm not going to be on stage with that fucking asshole." And he was talking about Ant, but he wouldn't even say Ant's name, like, a fucking little girl. But he was like, "Yeah, I just heard some things about what Ant did, and just beyond the pale goes." And as it turns out later, later in the day, it's revealed none of it's true. The stuff he found out didn't actually, not only didn't happen, but wasn't actually anything in existence. It was just Opie wanting a fucking reason to bring it up out of nowhere. It wasn't out of nowhere. Somebody else mentioned Ant, and all of a sudden Opie gets like a little bitchy about it and passive aggressive, and all of a sudden the shit starts coming up because fucking Opie's such a little bitch. He gets all whiny and he's like wants you to beg him to, oh, please tell me. But Jimmy recognizes this bitch behavior, and Jimmy starts getting fucking pissed off at Opie, being like, "Okay, so you say we're not good enough friends for you to talk to me about, so why are you even bringing it up? Fucking,
Exactly.
why are you saying that it's something you can't talk about if it's going to be that much of a fucking problem?" And Opie's constantly trying to throw it back at Jimmy. He's like, "Well, if you're that uncomfortable, why do you even come to the show? Why even show up at this show?" And Jimmy said, "Okay, next October I'm done." And what will probably happen, hopefully he sticks to that. I hope it's not just empty air, empty fucking talk from
It's
Jimmy.
too bad that he has to do that though, because I mean, if
Yes.
anyone deserves that shot, it's fucking Jimmy. He's the one who he's. If you even just listen to the fucking Opie and Anthony show, he was talking about how he be going on even though he's only got a few hours of sleep that night because he has to fly all over the country to do
Plus
shows
he
everywhere.
had a lot of fucking like he had the sleep apnea problems, so he couldn't sleep right. He wasn't getting in enough sleep. He had insomnia problems.
But on
He had
top
all
of
the
that,
addiction
he
problems.
was just driving himself towards success. As he was working as hard as he could.
So like in Whiplash, remember
No
he
one has
breaks up with his
deserved
girlfriend.
that.
In Whiplash, he breaks up with his girlfriend because, like, I'm gonna focus on drumming, so I can't spend any more time with you. You're sucking up all my free time. He's like, you're gonna break up with me because you didn't. It's like, yeah, pretty much. He was like, you know
Sucking
what?
that, you
I know
stupid
what I want.
slag.
I know what I want, and if you're gonna try and drain all my free time from me, which is they don't acknowledge that in the movie, but in real life, is
But
women
that's
have
also
tried to
how
do
you
that.
become great in real life.
Yes,
That's how you become great at something. Is
you have to.
first
You
off,
have
you
to
have
be
to kind
willing
of
to be alone.
forsake.
You have to
Yeah,
be
you have
willing
to
to be
forsake
alone.
all those connections. A lot of which aren't really worth the time or trouble. Basically, it's about realizing that all these things that people shame you into trying to
And
be,
who was it
they're
said
not
that
really
said
worth bothering
that
with.
that's why men can succeed and achieve is because men don't want to be alone, but they can be alone, whereas women simply cannot.
I think it was me who said that.
Oh, probably.
Or it might have been Jim Jeffries. Jim Jeffries or maybe Jim Norton. Some people who are sort of, might call them pink sunglasses
Yes.
or
Pink,
red
pink
purple
purple
sunglasses.
sunglasses. Well, that's the thing is that Jimmy was still a lot of the time he would still be trying to get into relationships. It's like, why? Just gonna die.
Why are you doing that, Jimmy? You're just gonna die.
Yes. And so yeah, that's the fucking reality of all this shit.
The reality, they smoke this shit to get away from reality.
Yes.
Me,
We don't need that shit. We probably
yeah, yeah,
don't really need that shit.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty,
pretty
that's
much don't need that
pr-
shit.
pretty much all that needs to be said about that.
Oh, but why don't we need that shit? Is there a specific reason why probably we don't need that shit?
Eh,
I guess so.
fuck, fucking glowing bitch. No, fuck you.
Motherfucking niggas fuck ass. Here's a fucking another
Ass.
thing I was thinking about was like the reality of like again this goes back to
Reality.
reality.
The
Well,
reality.
reality. We're supposed to be guards. We're guards.
Gar. Wait, what
Guards.
was that one from?
Team America.
Or gar. Or
Martin
man,
Sheen and Tim Robbins, I
I haven't
think.
seen that in a while.
It's just
It just
that's my
fucking
favorite scene of the movie, actually, is where Tim Robbins and Martin Sheen are just going, we have specific instructions to watch you. Yeah, we're supposed to be guards. Yeah, we're guards. We're guards. It's just, we're
just like they're just
just for,
retarded.
it's just, yeah,
But
for
just
no
on top
reason,
of
they
that,
just
it's
decide to
just
fuck. You couldn't do that in an actual mainstream Hollywood movie where people just fucking go, we're
start
guards, just
fucking
fucking
yeah,
around.
exactly. Especially when you're
Because some
using
producer
the
would be like,
real
why is this
names of
scene in
real
this
people.
movie? Why is this in the movie?
This is very slanderous. Actually, you're not allowed to
You're
say
making
this.
fun of these faggots. You're making fun of these faggots. Faggots. But
Way to go, fag. That's the fag way,
you really made the world a better place,
didn't
didn't
you?
you?
Fag. That's what every Jew should be forced to hear
You.
just
But
before their throats are slit
yes, we would shoot them with
like
a
pigs.
55 caliber musket.
Slit them like pigs.
Fucking shoot them with a cannonball that shears off the top of their head, like in fucking The Patriot, that wonderful movie, The Patriot.
That actually happened?
Yes,
Did that really happen?
it wasn't
So
really a good movie. It was kind of a dumb, shitty movie.
that was a Roland Emmerich movie or some shit.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. He
Oh,
sucks.
that's dumb.
It's about as good as a Roland Emmerich movie you would expect to be about the Patriots and that kind of goofy ass shit. But
Patriots.
the Patriots.
But it does have one.
Shadow Jesus.
Does have one.
Say hello
Bright.
to Shadow Jesus for me.
It does have one bright spot, which is Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Say what you will about Mel Gibson, the son of a bitch knows story structure. But
Definitely way better than 99%. That's the great thing is they fucking trashed him
he's
in
a great
an
actor.
episode. Yeah,
Yes,
he's not just a great actor. He knows what he's doing when it comes to fucking making movies.
yes, and
And that's the
everyone
thing is
else.
they trash him, but
And a
they
Wompian
fucking
is gonna
admit in
just
one
be
of their
sentimental.
episodes that
Yes.
yeah,
As crazy as he is, he's still smarter than pretty much everyone else in Hollywood.
that's how low the bar is.
Yes, that's exactly how.
Not giving him any credit at all if I don't have to, but I will say that.
Yes, but anyways, yeah, the whole thing about like
Uh,
game developers just being like, "Fuck you! I'll just make the game that I want with fucking titties," and we should also talk about our fucking perfect game that one day we will make with fucking titties. But before we get to that, the game developers they fucking.
what did what's her fucking face say?
She didn't say anything yet.
Bleub.
She
Bleub
does not say anything.
Comics.
I asked, "Would you be up for a podcast?" She's not responded.
Fuck.
So probably not.
Because she's fingering herself over the thought of us putting her in a podcast, not realizing that first off, I'm about to go to fucking sleep.
Slurry. Yeah, well, whatever though. Whatever.
Whatever.
But yeah, the reality of today's society is, say you are a game developer.
Right?
Reality of today's society is, say you're a game developer and you fucking are making the game you want with all the titties and beer and whatever, and fucking objectifying and fucking and people and characters having discussions amongst each other saying oh, Harlem's a nice area. What happened? Yeah, all the moolies flew south for the winter. No, it's a shithole. What do you expect? But which is one of the greatest conversations in between two video game characters in the history of video games. Video
What?
games.
Video game. Video
But
games.
fucking, which is from Mafia 2, by the way. It's from pretty early on, in fact. Mafia 3 looks pretty sweet. But and I will buy that very soon. I will buy Just Cause 3 also pretty soon, I guess. But anyways.
Well, I suppose.
Well, I suppose the reality is that if whatever you do, if you are in favor of social justice, if you're against it, if you're in favor of free speech, if you want to stay neutral in the whole thing, it doesn't matter because fucking so the way society is going now, it's really fucking bad and oppressive to just worse than Nazis right now, just without the fucking actual Holocaust killing.
Hmm.
That's coming soon. They'll find a way.
It's on its
Back
way.
to actually, the Nazis didn't even do it as bad as the fucking the Russians. The Russians killed far more people than the Nazis.
And they were actually a lot more sloppy about it, too.
Yes,
Because they're dumb.
they just threw people into fucking old castles and gulags and just like, here's a fucking frozen old place. Go live there and die. Go home and die.
Here's a frozen tundra. We're just gonna
And
fucking
that's what's
collect all the
coming.
guns.
That's what's coming. That's what's going to be coming soon. Especially with fucking Justin Trudeau,
Who was it that was
Canada,
talking
and
about,
Obama
like,
in
in a
charge of
real
America.
gender war? In a real gender war?
Yeah, it was someone on
Fucking
Twitter saying that in a real gender war, men would kill women in like 5 minutes or something.
5 fucking minutes. I'll kill
I'll
you in
kill
five
you in
fucking
one
seconds.
fucking minute. But the reality is that if you whatever kind of game you're making, society's already reached this point, and it's going to become worse, where they will dig up like fucking is it true? The social justice side, basically the leftist side, Democrats, liberals, social justice, feminists. They will find any person for any reason, even on their own team, which is what the fucking the communists did, the fucking the Leninists and the fucking the Maoists and all those guys.
Stalinist,
Yeah,
especially Stalin.
especially
Stalin
Stalin
spent a lot of
is
time with
yes,
that shit.
yes, spend a lot of time going over his own allies and being but what they're going to do, what social justice is going to do, they're doing now and will do even more and increasingly in the future, is they will be like, okay, so is it true that a couple years ago in a podcast you said motherfucking knickers fuck ass, motherfucking knickers motherfuck ass, and you'll be like, yeah, but I was just referencing the NWA song, and they'll be like, nope. We've destroyed the context. We're stripping the context out of what you said. Now we're going to destroy your career, and we're going to use our media wing, the arm of our fucking entire ideology that covers all of the media, to fucking now slander you, destroy you, and demonize you. And we'll have, by tomorrow, we will have 20 different articles written and published the same day, all saying that you are a racist and that we will give you no platform to deny or denounce this. You will not be able to disprove it because we control every form that you would be able to disprove it on, and we will give you no platform to speak up or be heard in any way. Our fucking way will be what's heard, and that's what's happened right now. It's going to simply get worse. That's the reality
And the thing is,
of
everyone else will
today's situation.
support this until it happens to them.
Yes, they will support it because
It'll
they'll
be
be like,
one
well,
by one, they'll fucking eventually turn on everyone,
yes, because they'll be like,
but they'll
oh,
get the popular
racists.
support of everybody else as they do it, so that nobody ever puts a stop to it.
Because if you're against it, you'll be like, well, I didn't know you were a racist misogynist. Oh, I didn't know you hated women's rights. You're against voting for Hillary? Well, like Hillary could say we're fucking running on the campaign that we're going to end free speech. And if you say, well, I'm not voting for Hillary, and it's like, well, then you are a misogynist, and now is the time to destroy your career. Watch your career be destroyed by you being labeled as a misogynist as the entire media wing
A
is going to
misogynist,
descend
which
on
is,
you.
by the way, it's the worst thing that you could ever be called.
Yes.
It's like saying that you fucking rape babies. That's basically what misogyny is being turned into by women and
It has to be
feminists
They have to make it
now.
even worse. It's like that's pretty bad now, but they want to make it even worse. It's like the RIAA. Could we kill children for listening to music? If we can, let's do it. That's what the RIAA
There's
believes,
just a
and that's
way
what
where we
feminism
can
believes.
kill children who listen to music.
That's what feminism also believes, is they want to kill children for listening to music. That's the ultimate goal of
But just
feminism.
boys. But
And
just
then
boys.
and then through their media wing of fucking societal control, they will also say, okay, now fucking feminism is all about equality. Hey, women just want equality. Women don't get paid as much as men. Men get paid more for the same jobs, which has been proven to be untrue over and over again. And what happens is when that is proven to be untrue, everyone ignores it and just keeps saying the untrue part. It's like, oh, here's proof that it's untrue. Well, now it's no. Now there's no proof. Now there's no proof, and no one ever said anything. You've never said that this is just proven, and no one has any proof that it is fucking
SF
disproven because
Debris
we're not going
actually
to
had a
fucking
really good
acknowledge it.
fucking bit in one of his. It was one of his Babylon 5 reviews. He was talking about he was talking about the story arc that had the Night Watch, which is basically like an
Is this about the
Orwellian
anti?
thing.
Is this the anti-rape act?
Yeah, exactly. It's like you could have a law called the Anti-Rape Act.
Which they've pretty much already done. They fucking
Yeah,
wage capped, man.
it is basically what
Feminism.
rape laws are right now. Doesn't matter what they say, but if you fucking
It's yes,
oppose
yes.
it, you're in favor of
Yep.
rape.
That's literally how fucking the leftists defend the
And
Yes Means Yes
people
Act.
think that we're kidding or that we're being paranoid about this shit when we say shit like that. When
But
we point out these facts and these
everyone's going to say
truths,
this, and by next year, everyone's going to be saying this. Everyone who's on the free thinker side is going to be parroting what we've
as
been saying
things
right
get
now.
worse and we fucking continue to point out that they are the ones who are responsible for this and that the things that are worse now they won't admit. They'll call us paranoid for pointing out that those things are now worse and
And
that
then a
those
year
things are
later,
true
they'll finally admit it, and we'll be saying it's going to get even
after
worse.
things have gotten even worse.
Yes, and then when things have gotten even worse, we'll point that out, and they'll be like, "Oh, you guys are paranoid." And then a year later, they'll
You
be
guys are
paranoid
just
us again.
faggot MRAs. You don't know what you're talking about. MRAs are the most pathetic people in the world, don't you know? Actually,
And even as the gulags, people are being marched into the gulags for disagreeing with feminism and
they
leftism.
shot your dog. Oh, we're in a government facility.
What? What
They shot your dog.
was that from?
It's the fucking comic.
Which one?
Whatever.
I don't think I've seen it.
You should have. It's
Well,
the
that's
most
probably true.
popular. It's been seen
Anyways,
a
yeah.
million times on the internet
So
already.
Gamergate is absolutely dead, but you know what's not dead? Comic Liberty. The thing is that it's gone
The thing that's
it's
dead.
gone subterranean, which means which if you're smart, that scares you because it's in your blind spot and it's got nothing better to do. It's a Comic Liberty is going to achieve the next level, which is something Gamergate could never fucking do. It's Comic Liberty is going to level up and it's going to cause horrific damage.
It's going to level up, which is my favorite metaphor
Yes,
for
for
raping
rape,
women,
raping and beating women, because raping is it's just not enough to just rape a
penetrating their
woman, but
cervix so
punching
hard
her in the mouth and
she can
nose.
taste her own womb.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, that's what Comic Liberty is working on now. Whereas Gamergate is whining amongst itself about how fucking criticizing feminism is, don't do that because the feminists are gonna hate us. The feminists will say that we're terrorists. Oh wait, they've already been saying that. That's why Gamergate can't fucking continue. Gamergate is dead. The thing is, Gamergate fucking, had some effect on the cucks, basically, on the social justice cucks. And there is no cuck like a social justice cuck. But the thing is that it was insignificant because Kotaku is still the worst fucking website on the
Yeah,
planet.
they're
Gawker is the
still
worst website on the
around.
planet.
Gawker especially. I mean, they're not just bad at reporting; they're outright lying in order to feed an anti-male, anti-societal
They're
narrative,
furthering.
while
They
they're
haven't
laughing
created.
all the way to the bank
They
over
haven't
it. And
created the
people are
false
like,
narrative.
"Oh,
They're just
there's
furthering it.
actually a lot of ads on that website. I don't like it because there are a lot of ads." And it's like, what about the fucking content, you fucking idiots?
Yeah, you
The
fucking
content
cucks.
is basically it's outright slander and no one's even taking them to task for it. I mean, it's straight up illegal and they're getting away with it because like, yeah, I don't
Yeah, well,
care.
and while they're getting away with
It's
completely,
all anti-male.
they're
They don't give a
slandering.
shit.
They're slandering people and creating a false narrative, and all anyone's doing about it is going, "Oh, I don't like that website." It's like that's all you got. That's all you're gonna do is just complain.
They're saying that they don't like the website while they fucking continuously link to everything that's on the
Yes,
website
and
to
go like,
talk
"Oh,
about it
can
and
you
fucking
believe
have
this?"
fucking shit about
Yeah,
it.
giving them clicks, giving them attention that they don't deserve. Again, like fucking Kate Leth was receiving. You fucking. That's why we didn't want to post that Kate Leth shit anymore. Because it's not just we're tired of seeing Kate Leth. That's so small picture. You don't understand the
It's
truth of the
small
matter.
picture, and again, I've been saying this shit for months before we even got shut down.
Yes, it's fucking way bigger than simply being sick of seeing her tweets. It's the fact that her narrative can go unchallenged if you simply respond and react to it.
And then, but on
If you're
top of
like,
that,
oh, can you see the stupid things she's saying?
people are
Yes,
still
we have
fucking
years
not
ago.
apparently sick of her dumb bullshit. To this day, people are still fucking talking about her and reblogging her
Yes, they're
shit, and
they're
it's like,
talking about her
why?
and giving her attention and discussing her and thinking about her and talking about her. You fucking why are you giving her that much attention? Why are you giving her that much validation? Which is what you're doing when you screen cap her tweets
Yeah,
and go, "Can
I
you
would.
believe she did this stupid thing?" How
Yeah,
about you?
I would
Here's what
almost believe that
far
they're
more
actually
effective,
her. I would almost
far
believe
more
it's her.
effective is
It's
to fucking
actually her.
Photoshop her. Yeah, yeah. I would. Yeah, I'm more likely to believe that it was her sending us those screen caps of tweets. It was Kate Leth herself would screen cap her own tweets, submit them to Shitty Webcomics because she wants us to talk about her. And if it wasn't her, that means you're doing her work for her. Do not
And
validate her.
again,
And that's
people are
we had the right approach.
surprised at this.
We
They
we
can't believe that
we are
anyone
so
would
many
ever insinuate
centuries
such a
ahead.
thing.
We knew a billion times way more effective was to fucking paste her head onto fucking anime porn because that really got under her skin so much she just straight up said it. She said, "They're fucking posting my face on anime porn." You can tell when they just come right out and say it. That's how bad it fucking affects them. Meanwhile, fucking talking about her tweets, she fucking loves that shit. And a lot of our fucking readers, we would tell them we would say this, we would post this right on the blog. You're feeding into her fucking sick desires. And most people on our blogs are so far beyond our level, so far beneath our level. And we are so far beyond all of them. Even our own readers, who are smarter than the usual faggot, but even our own
But you're
readers
talking
weren't as
about
good as
like
us.
percentage points on percentage points, where we're fucking like so far beyond.
Our percentage is like an unmeasurable number. It's a number that actually mathematically doesn't exist because it's so beyond 100%. Whereas our readers are like, 80%, and then Kate Leth is like 10% as far as like intellectual fucking awareness and intelligence, that kind of shit.
Their stupid idiot beliefs.
She's a dumb, retarded faggot.
Calling her faggot's actually kind of a fucking compliment.
Yes, she is worse than faggot. She is mother bitch.
She's mother bitch.
She's a cunt. That's the thing. You couldn't call it Bitch Planet. You couldn't call it Cunt Planet.
No, exactly. No, that would actually be real legitimately edgy,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is the opposite of what these
But they would be offended. She would be like,
retarded cunts
it's
are
Bitch
doing.
Planet is like, oh yeah, we're bitches. We're fucking hardcore. It's like, okay, how about cunt? Is like,
We don't do what
no,
we're
not cunt you. That's offensive and triggering. They're
we don't do
whining
what
like
we're told. Oh, okay.
they're whining like
Here's a
the
guy who doesn't
women
do what
that they are.
he's told. He rapes women.
Yes, yes. He's a brave hero. He rapes women. But yeah,
Make
how
a
about a
comic
guy?
about that, why don't you?
How about
No,
fucking
you
a guy who
wouldn't, because
fucking
you're
lands a
cowards.
craft on a planet and he wore a fucking goofy T-shirt? Oh,
He
that's
wore a shirt that was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool shirt.
and then all of a sudden these strong women fucking collapse to their knees, sobbing uncontrollably.
They
Yeah,
collapse onto their fainting couches
there's
because
your
they
great
have
feminist
fainting
strength.
couches.
You fucking twats, twats.
They have to have fainting couches.
It's so fun. Yeah, it's like we were also talking about earlier. If this came down to a shooting war, basically the social justice side would be dead within minutes because these men are cowards, Donnie.
My money's on the fucking team that actually knows how to use a gun.
Yes, that it's not afraid to touch a gun and not afraid to actually openly admit that they want to have guns because guns are self-defense. Guns are freedom. The only way to ensure freedom is to have guns. If you don't have guns, you don't have freedom, which means that the UK is a fascist society, Australia, fascist society,
Not just a
and
fascist
approaching.
government, but a fascist society
Yeah,
because
far
their
worse
own
than merely
people
the government.
voted this shit in.
and and the thing is that it's like V for Vendetta. They would be like, "Oh, the government's so right wing in this movie. They're fascists." Meanwhile, the people who made the movie support a far greater form of fascism. Fascism is just a fucking word. What they support is the removal of human freedom. They don't even support fascism because fascism would still allow some freedoms somewhere by maybe a few people. That what they support, what the Wachowski trannies support is the removal of human freedoms,
Those
far worse
disgusting
than anything they
things.
have portrayed in their silly movie and little movie V for Vendetta, which is a movie for small minds who have fucking put on the blue sunglasses. They threw away the red sunglasses and they are eating that trash can. That's what the equivalent of the blue pill is people who are eating that trash can. Not this year. It was a good movie. Yeah, I mean, even Keith David put on the sunglasses eventually. He wasn't actually eating any trash can. They just kicked each other in the balls a bunch for like 15 minutes. Oh, it's a great movie. Certainly better
Another movie
movie than The Matrix.
you could not make today. You certainly couldn't certainly couldn't make that movie, with that same narrative.
And the movie was kind of a fucking criticism and like a fucking attack on the Reagan era
Yeah.
kind of politics.
Although
It was against
there was a
conservatism.
slam on Reagan in there.
Yes, but the thing is, it's also pretty much a slam against anyone who fucking wants to dominate and control society, which, leftists do it just as much, if not more, than the right, than the rightists.
Hmm. Although the thing is, at the very least, the right wing isn't. The right wing's not trying to push fucking. If there was something we were mentioning earlier, I don't know if we said it on the podcast, but basically the right wing's not doing this thing.
Yeah, the right wing's not really fucking fighting back. They want their own form of it, which is, that religious dogmatic form. It's just as religious, just as dogmatic, except theirs involves God, Jesus, and other gay shit
Yeah,
like
but
that.
they're also not pushing like a lot of these fucking Seju cult bullshit things. A lot of these concepts
Yeah,
that are like
currently,
ultra
currently,
repressive.
at the current moment in history, at this point in time, the right wing is actually more in support of personal liberties and freedoms.
But no, it was on top of that. There was one thing in particular that they never do, never have done, never will do, that the left fucking is
Well,
just shoving down the throats of
they're never like
society.
dishonest and threatening people with being like cult racist and that kind of shit. That's for sure. But a lot of
It
other
was something that we mentioned. It was something that we mentioned. It was something that has already been mentioned. I don't know if it was on the show or not.
But yeah, it's just something that people should instinctively know. This is just fucking random free fucking floating ideas that always exist in our minds anyway. So we know what it is, and if other people don't, it's because
We're
they
so
haven't
far ahead of the
wakened up.
curve, so far ahead of the rest of the pack that it's
That
surprising.
we've
We're ahead of ourselves,
we've forgotten
even.
more truth than the rest of the human race has even fucking been become aware of
We're
in the
so
first
much
place.
better than everyone else, and everyone else is just so swimming in our wake.
Yes, we forget more awareness than everyone else will ever attain in the history of the
It's
human
almost sad.
race.
I would almost be saddened by it.
Yeah, I would almost feel sorry for the rest of the human race if they weren't a bunch of faggots. The fucking faggots. You believe this shit? What about the muff divers? Think
Think about
about
it.
it. That's another great movie reference that only smart people will fucking have committed to memory by now. If you don't know it, then you're not a smart person. You never will be. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you.
Fucking piece of shit.
Fucking piece of shit. Let's do the whole fucking village. Are we going to do the whole village?
Yeah, once again, somebody has been consuming my motherfucking meats from my inventory.
Operation Me.
Meat. I keep throwing fucking meat in here, and it keeps disappearing.
Tomorrow should be a much more slipshod podcast because we're gonna be drunk as fuck.
It's great.
It's gonna be great though.
If we even do one, not like I give a fuck.
Yes, you people don't deserve our fucking brilliant genius brilliance, except for a couple people.
But we'll give it to you anyway
Yes,
because that we're just that breed of cat.
we're just that nice and cool. We're that considerate of everyone, of the lower common pleb, with a few fucking exceptions. One's pleb, Forge, Buru, Clumzor, a few other people, some that are kind of cool. I would, yeah. When we talk about everyone else being inferior, I want to make those exceptions. We're fucking flying by the seat of our pants of human thought that we can't really stop to fucking point out every single exception to every fucking thing we say. But there's cool people that we know. Even Cool
Well,
Mod is fucking is he's okay.
he's all right, I
Cool
guess.
Mod's okay, I guess.
I
Not on our
guess.
level, but he's okay.
Why do I have fucking calibrated titanium?
Calibrator.
Shit, I think this is my
Calibrator.
partner's fucking power armor leg.
But he was saying arm reality. I don't smoke that shit, arm reality. But then he fucking swigs out Jack Daniels bottle. But you know what? Now that you mention it, Jack Daniels cooler than smoking weed. Weed's for faggots. Jack Daniels is cool.
Legalize pot, but continue to throw
Continue
potheads in
in
prison.
What was it? But why? But weed is legal. If you were a pothead, you'd understand why you're being arrested. Just to fuck with their heads because they're potheads.
Because extra 20 years because you're a white guy with dreadlocks.
It's white guys with dreadlocks. And that's the funny thing is
Throw those fuckers in prison.
he was making that joke not because of cultural appropriation. It's just because it looks stupid.
That's exactly why it's so frustrating having to listen to these fucking Seju faggots.
You know what though? Dreadlocks on black people, I think they look stupid too. I think George would disagree, but
it's gross.
dreadlocks just look dumb.
Knowing that apparently it's rolled in fucking dung and that they never shower, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that ain't good.
Who the fuck would
Shit ain't
support
good.
that? Only a fucking moron.
Keeping your hair nice and trimmed. This also reminds me. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before. Was watching that documentary "Good Hair" by fucking Chris Rock about like women's hair products for black women and hair straighteners and that kind of shit to make their hair look more like white person's hair.
Because
it's
that's
like, oh,
naturally more attractive.
Yeah, yes.
Naturally more attractive.
Delicious white passing features are just superior. But I mean, I don't even fucking think that or care about it. The thing is that I have no sympathy for it. I wanted to watch the movie and I started watching it and I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about fucking black women's like the horrible suffering they go through with their fucking hair products. I don't give a fuck. Don't fucking put it in your hair then. I don't give a shit. I'm not a black woman. I'm never going to have this problem and I don't have enough sympathy for anyone about their fucking hair. I don't care if it strips the paint off cars, which apparently it does. I don't fucking give a shit. Put it in your
Haha.
hair or don't. I don't give a fuck. It's not my
Haha, it
decision.
strips the
You're
paint
free
off
to
cars.
choose.
But that's the thing is
It
they
was an
don't want
attempt
you
to
to
blame
have the
society.
freedom.
It was an attempt to blame society and the media for enforcing the beautification of beautiful white women. It's like, well, you know what? That's not my fault, so I don't give a fuck. Apparently there's fucking a couple recent mass shootings. One was, I think, by a tranny shooting up a fucking
Oh, these trainings are dangerous. We better
yeah,
fucking
exterminate all of them.
illegalize that shit.
Yeah, the fucking or fucking give them dangerous hormone therapy that will make them incredibly mentally unbalanced. I wonder what could possibly go wrong. I don't know. Maybe we should just shoot them. Just shoot them. Just to be safe.
Do you want
Just
us
to
to?
be safe.
Do you want us
Dust
to
off,
come
nuke them
over?
from orbit.
Do you want us to come over and shoot them?
Yes.
Sure.
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 Media criticizes GOP for not releasing statements on Colorado Springs shooting. They release statements here, get criticized. See the game? Which is true. That's the thing is that, and I don't really even have that much sympathy for the right wing, but it is absolutely true when they pointed out the media completely, openly, nakedly displays a bias against the right wing politics.
And they always have, and they will into the foreseeable future. I do not see that changing anytime soon.
It's not going to go away in our lifetimes, not unless a mass extinction of the human race occurs. And it's not something that's limited to America either, because it's been far worse had been happening in the past century in fucking Russia. Russia should still be on fucking probation for that for the rest of their lives
Until
until
the end of fucking society.
until the end of society, until the end of Russia, until the end of the fucking human race.
Fuck them. Fuck them. No, they're not getting rid of me, Russia. Fuck them.
But yeah, the thing is though is that all the stuff that the left is guilty of with their communists and their fucking the gulags and that the most left wing society in culture today actually I would say is North Korea, but America, Canada, UK is kind of approaching that. Most of Europe is approaching that. Um, but the right wing can be just as guilty as we've always pointed out and we always point that out because we're above everyone else. We've ascended beyond the left or the right. We have not only ascended, but fucking projected outwards like a fourth dimensional fucking image. We've flown and we're floating above everyone else, but also forward and fucking into the backgrounds, into the foregrounds, and then across all space time, as if we have achieved warp 10 and turn into giant newt people.
It's kind of like we achieved Warp 10, but less retarded.
I just like that they achieve warp 10 with the like, okay, I'm gonna work on the Delta Flyer, okay, warp 9, 9.8, 9.9. Turd, third, and then warp 10. Yay, we achieved warp 10. I've just occupied all points in time and space simultaneously. That's pretty good.
It's basically what the theory was, and it turns out the theory was correct, wouldn't you know?
Who would have thought?
And it turns out to be bad for them.
Why didn't they throw that out in fucking oh wait. Yeah, I was gonna say, why didn't they throw that out in conception before even scripting it? Oh yeah, that's right, because Voyager had no fresh ideas. They had a fucking woman writing for them. What a fucking failure.
Woman. Although,
A
seriously though, a lot of
woman.
that shit wasn't necessarily all the fault of the Wambian.
Just most of it.
Just the fact the show did get better when Jerry Taylor got her shit, her
Yes.
fucking bitch ass fuck whore hole kicked off the
But then again,
fucking
it
show.
really was most of the other. It was all the other male writers too, who were fucking shit libs too. By the way,
Yeah, they were also shit libs, but most especially as they were bad writers. Meanwhile, John Milius, not a shit lib.
and they
Did
wouldn't give him work.
what a fuck. What a fuck ass. Just want to trade a few things, you dicks. Kidnapping at Abernathy. Oh wait, you want me to go over there too? Yeah, see, now they won't sell. I fucking hate this shit that they won't sell me shit after a certain amount of time.
Motherfucking niggas, fuck ass.
Motherfucking niggas. Motherfucking.
Motherfucker ass.
Is this
Motherfucking
person
niggas,
actually fucking
motherfuck, fuck. Hey, Frylock, ass.
ass?
Just get so offended. Why are you swearing? Why are you swearing? I'm not swearing.
Why are you swearing? I'm not swearing.
I want to fucking watch fucking Sexy Beast. It's such a great fucking movie. Oh, it's so good.
I was so tempted to call Mom a lanky hunk of piss fucking hillock.
We should call her that, but I think she would actually start to realize that that's an insult. You fucking Dr. White on King Jamrag or King Spunk Bubble. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound like a good thing to say to someone.
This doesn't sound good.
This doesn't sound good. To go on date night or go to date last night was okay Cupid match, pretty cute, has dentities. She shows up in giant red truck. She's 60 pounds overweight. Sorry I'm late. I had to borrow my sperm donor's truck. Come to find out she's a single mom and a meter maid. Sperm donor must have no balls to speak of. Vulgar, crass, generally unpleasant. Drinks 2 beers and orders dessert. Check comes. Let's go Dutch on this one. Finally, someone who wants equality, she says. Invites me back to her place to keep the night going. Decline, say I have work tomorrow. Got a text from her saying she could tell I was intimidated, and that's why I deleted Tinder and my other dating site profiles. Yeah, that's the sad thing is you people fucking trying to go on a date, you realize how completely hostile and toxic the entire female void gender, not the female gender, let's just call them the void gender, because hey, void just means female. It is a hole afterwards, after all. I'm trying to read fucking Tumblr's dumb feed while I'm going through this shit. When are you starting your Kingdom Hearts 1 playthrough, bud? Ha, I don't pay you anything on Patreon to not do it. Ha ha. He's saying that to Bro Team. Bro AM Pill.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Motherfucker!
Motherfucker?
Oh yeah, we were going to end the podcast with talking about how the great, perfect, greatest video game ever made would be made by us. It would be objectifying.
You're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome. It would be objectifying as fuck. It's called the Laley Dome. I fucking posted about this a little bit before.
Title not necessarily locked in.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, but
That's not the point.
Ultimately, it would be a Parasite Eve game style, just complete rip off of the Parasite Eve game style.
Parasite in Eve City.
Yes, in Eve City, but it would be starring Laley. The first game would start Laley. The second game would possibly also star Laley, but also maybe with a nice, robust, although still simplified, character designer. Where it's like, here's a series of skin colors, here's a few faces, and here's some clothing you can give them, male and female gender, because gender is a binary. Gender being a binary is a biological necessity as well as a biological construct. Gender not being a binary is a social construct and a false one. It's also a lie. Gender is a binary. So anyways, fucking maybe, and that would be the point of the game ultimately, is that gender is a binary. And if you think otherwise, you're wrong. But it would be like Parasite Eve. where but instead of getting like magic powers too, you just have guns. It's just all about the fucking guns. One of the earliest guns you get, an M1 Garand, and it's like the best gun in the game. And ultimately, like it would have the highest base damage. So, but all the guns you find in the game wouldn't have like an intense base damage. Like the average base damage would be like 10, and then the M1 Garand's base damage would be like 20, which would be the highest. But what makes your guns fucking mega beast mode and the way to survive in the game is to use gun kits, the fucking gun tool kits, where you take your main gun that you want to stay with or whatever, and you take a spare gun that you've picked up. It's like, oh, here's a fucking handgun I found. It's like it has like its base damage, but every gun would come with like its little plus damage, and you use a kit and you take the plus damage and just slap it onto your new gun. And so you do that with every gun you find to slap all that plus damage. And as the plus damage builds up, so like my M1 Garand, after slapping a bunch of plus damage from other broken down guns onto it, would have a plus damage of like 500. I could theoretically take that plus damage and with a kit break down my M1 Garand and slap it onto another gun of any type. It just so it's not too obtuse to fuck around with it. It's like, oh, why don't you only make it for 308s? It's like, I don't care. Just make it so that you could slap your fucking. So the more guns you get, the more you can just pick out their fucking stats and slap it onto your fucking gun of choice. And then you could take it and slap it onto a newer gun if you're like, you know what, I got an M4, but I want to just take my M1 and just transfer all the stats to it. You could do that with like a super tool kit that just transfers everything. And it'll also have the mods that adds like fire damage or electricity damage, or just both fire and electricity damage, that kind of goofy ass shit. And so, you'd have mod slots, and you could expand the mod slots with some fucking other fucking gun kits and toolkits, just like Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve did this excellently, and it had a game that didn't get in the way of that. And that's what fucking the Lely Dome, tentatively titled The Lely Dome, would be about, is just let you get in the gameplay, but it would be fucking fully 3D, not too complex fully 3D. I'm thinking just like, some nice simple models, some simple maps, sort of, and top down like Diablo style. But then when you go into like a guaranteed crit or a fucking excellent shot, you'd have like bullet cams, you'd have swoop downs, you'd have fucking shot cams, fucking enemy cam as they fucking attack you. Maybe add some new features to the game, like a knockdown system where you can get knocked down and lose a turn or something, or you can knock down the enemy and lose a turn. Make it rare so it's not too fucking hard. Make it so it can help ramp up the difficulty as you get later and later into the game, and that kind of shit. But you would be playing as Laylee, and fucking the bullet cams on her would just be fucking showing off her ass. Just fucking completely objectifying unnecessarily. She'd be hot as fuck. Delicious brown skin with passing white features. Perfect, beautiful white feature.
The most attractive possible woman.
And oppressive. Attractive and oppressive, just like Korra. But no, she's not fucking really even that. It's just like, who cares? But
she's actually hotter than Korra because she'll get in more sexier adventures.
Yes, exactly. One of her objectives is to fucking suck a dick. It's just like she has a lot of quests to like scavenge for food or like get this. I was thinking of like, what would it be story based like Parasite Eve, where it's like, oh no, here's the bad guy and they're gonna fucking do it. But I was thinking of making it like a survivalist thing. Is like the Lely Dome would be your home base, and then you have some survivors there. And as your quests go out to investigate this, you rescue survivors, bring them back to the Lely Dome. And then you also go out to scavenge for food and supplies, like generators. Like, here's a generator, and it's like, you can only take one, so fucking get your generator and bring it back, and then you have to go get fuel and that kind of shit. And so you can keep going out on missions, but then maybe in a very simple way, you can just click other survivors to have them do it, so you don't have to fuck around with it yourself. It's like there's a chance they could die or something. It's like whatever though. So that you're not stuck doing like every side quest, but ideally you would have eternal side quests that you could literally just play the game forever. But also there would be some story pasted in there, and then the sequel would expand on it just a huge amount, that kind of shit. Where it would add a lot more game features. Again, though, not get in the way of the game, but just add complexity and fucking more shit. Maybe more characterization, and writing, and cutscenes and that kind of stuff. Um, as it is, I think Shadowrun Returns kind of does a pretty decent job of this kind of thing. As far as the gameplay goes, even though it's just turn-based, but the thing about Parasite Eve's combat system that was really nice is that it was extremely area effect based, and that like what we would definitely do in the Lady Dome is that like any of her shotguns would have a cone damage, and it would physically show it. So it'd be like here when you're gonna pick your shotguns, like here's your cone of damage. So any enemies in it are gonna get blasted with it very nicely. And and they'll fucking have the fire damage mods and all kinds of goofy ass mods. Um, and that would be a fun little kind of a casual RPG throwback to Parasite Eve with sexy objectification and exotification and all sorts of other things that would no doubt make some fucking teenage girl slit her wrist in the bathtub while surrounded by gay ass scented candles.
Hopefully. That's actually
Hopefully.
more of a goal than actually creating the game itself, is just getting fucking fatties.
Find a way to make fat fucking teenage girls whining about
Fat.
oppression and privilege to fucking slit their wrist in the bathtub. That's the goal.
Whining about oppression and privilege from their fucking iPhone Gen 6. Their G6 iPhone that daddy bought them.
Well, when you put it like that, it makes them sound like a bunch of whining faggots.
Does it? Okay, people are sleeping in these beds.
They're sleeping. Anyways, all right. So should we wrap up?
Well, hold on a second. Let me just make sure that Kate is out of the fucking town. I keep coming to this town to
Carry it live.
take a fucking quest to kill people. It's like, great. Here, let's take this quest to fucking kill people. And then fucking one of my companions, who's not even as a companion, says that she hates it. It's like, what the fuck? Fuck you. So I sent her out of town. And hopefully I can take the quest without her shitting me.
Motherfucking shit.
Okay, now, okay, there, yeah, there. Curie like that. There, the fucking bitch is out of town. What the fuck is this asshole doing? Get me out of here.
Anyways, all right. So I think we should wrap up. Fucking pleb still never replied. Replied.
She fucking lost it. She dropped the ball. You dropped shit the money bed,
Her
friend.
fucking her female void will not be joining us in the sun.
Tis son. Okay, there. Let me
Father,
see.
father to son.